Izaya-chan. Good night. Naruto yelled as he waved and ran off. I chuckled and closed the door. I smiled as everything was already set. I walked to a picture frame that was hanging on the wall. I smiled and touched the frame. A picture appeared once I touched it. The picture was my mom and I smile in the woods. I miss you, Mom, I said, only to begin to cry. I really miss my mom, but I've become a strong ninja so far, and I may have become an S-rank criminal while I was traveling. But in the bingo book, I was known as Ammon the Silver Demon, or Ammon the 1000 Manslaughter, Ammon the Demon of the Black Flames, and so on. But I used a genjutsu to make me look like Ammon, but no one can tell. I sighed as I ran into my bedroom and dove into bed. Time skip. I woke up just when the sunlight hit my face, shooting my head up. School. How could I forget? I made a quick hand sign making one clone as it ran to make me lunch and a small breakfast while I ran into the restroom and had the quickest shower in my life. I quickly changed into a black shirt, black zip-up jacket, dark blue ninja shorts, black ninja shoes and some band-aids that were wrapped around both my arms. I ran into the kitchen and sat down at the table and gobbled up the ramen in front of me. Then I rushed to the weapons that Naruto and I have bought yesterday and I pulled out 3 kunai, 4 shurikens, 6 Harya and Senbon and a weapons pouch. I stuffed all my weapons in it and then slipped on my gloves. Running out the door not before locking it. I ran all the way to the academy. In several minutes, I arrived at the academy. If I remember what Grandpa told me is to go to room 7 and knock on the door. I gulped and walked inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aha! Here it is, I thought to myself as I stood in front of the door. I knocked timidly and then all conversation inside stopped. A man mumbled something and then opened the door, letting me in. Class, this is Izaya Ura. He's a new student in our class. The man called Ruka told the class. Almost all the girls in class had hearts in their eyes with drools while the boys stared at me with jealousy written all over their faces. I looked at them scared and gulped. Alright, why don't you come here and introduce yourself, Ruka asked. I stood in the front and faced the class. Since I was meeting them for the first time I spoke a bit shyly. Hello, my name's Izaya Ura and I'm 12 years old. Anyone have any questions? Ruka asked. Many people raised their hands. What do you like to do? I thought for a minute. It depends. But I love to read, train, cook, and draw. Do you have a girlfriend? Some girl asked. I shook my head. No, I do not. After I said that I heard sighs of relief. I mentally rolled my eyes. Do you like anyone here? A girl with long blonde hair tied in a high ponytail asked. I frowned in confusion. No. I don't like anyone. I have only been here for 2 minutes. How can I like someone in that amount of time? I asked. No more questions, Ruka said, noticing that all these questions are bothering me. You can sit over there, next to Sasuke. Ruka pointed at a boy with raven black hair. Sasuke is that guy that Naruto hates, I thought. I really don't want to. I whispered and looked down at my hands. Oh come on. He won't bite. Ruka nudged me encouragingly. I slowly walked to the seat and looked at the table. While I heard the girls whisper, he's so hot. He looks just like Sasuke. He's so cute. Another girl cooed. Ugh. This is going to be hell, I can feel it. I thought as I looked around the room. Naruto said he goes to the academy. Ruka looked at me and Sasuke. They look a lot alike. Ruka thought to himself with a sigh. The stares and whispers of all the academy students were making Izaya very uncomfortable. Izaya slid down in his seat. I wish Naruto and Gaara were here. Izaya thought to himself as he closed his eyes. Quiet, everyone. Ruka shouted at the academy students. All the students instantly shut their mouths. Ruka smiled softly and then blabbed on about chakra and all this stuff. Izaya didn't bother to listen. All he could think about was his 2 best friends. A few minutes later. Before Izaya knew it, the bell rang and all the kids rushed out the door for lunch. Isaiah packed up his untouched notebook and pens. The boy sitting next to Isaiah looked at him. He pushed his notes towards him and slightly smiled at Isaiah's confused expression. "There for you." The boy held out his hand. "Sasuke Uchiha." Isaiah ora. He grinned his trademark smirk and shook Sasuke's hand. All the girls in their class started yelling, "Sasuke! Have lunch with me." One girl cried. "No. With me." Another shouted. "No, me." They then all started to bicker. "Oh my god. Girls are scary," Isaiah thought. Isaiah sighed, still not used to with all this squealing and fawning about Sasuke. It really hurts his normal ears and his sensitive demonic hearing whenever they scream his name. "Sasuke. Please make it stop. My ears are ringing," Isaiah said as Isaiah covered both of his ears tightly. This made Sasuke really angry. He glared icily at the girls who froze under his glare. "Leave now. You're gonna make Isaiah deaf from all your damn screaming," he said darkly, and the girls gulped, then quickly scurried away to their seats. Isaiah uncovered his ears and sighed in relief. Isaiah rushed out of the room to eat his lunch, not before he grabbed the notes Sasuke gave him and his own notebooks and pens. Isaiah turned to Sasuke and grinned. "I'll give your notes back tomorrow," Isaiah said with a wave of his hand as he walked out of the room and outside. After a few minutes copying the notes, Sasuke let me brow. The bell rang for the academy students to go back to class. "Sasuke Pav. I feel as if I have a bond with Isaiah. Like the bond siblings have or more, I can't really tell. I still have to protect him. I know that feeling having towards Isaiah that love isn't a brotherly way. I don't know why I feel this way about him. I can't have feelings for him. He's my friend, by flesh and by blood. Is that what they call forbidden love? A love between two boys is forbidden," I thought to myself, and then glanced at Isaiah, who was hastily writing notes down in his notebook. I smiled slightly and then started to write my own set of notes.